What is the creepiest or scariest thing that you've seen, but no one believes you? Story 1. My one weird thing was this. Some friends and I were hanging out one summer's eve. We were around 15. It was night, clear, and we were all lying on my friend's trampoline in the backyard. We were just all chatting and looking at the stars. Suddenly, we're all like, what the F? Did you see that? We all swore we saw a formation of stars trade places with each other. They sort of left a tail like a shooting star before resettling in their new positions. They all moved at the exact same time. It was strange. 3 of us seemed to see the same thing. Well, if you believe we're living in a simulation, this is your story. Next one. It was the night before my stepmom died, lost her battle to cancer. I was 22 and was spending the night in my bed with my 9-year-old half-brother, cuddling him and telling him his mom was going to be okay. It wasn't going to hurt anymore. That was what I said. It's about 3 a.m. at the time, and after a while, he immediately sits upright in bed, smiles, and says, "I promise to be a good boy, Mommy. I love you." Now, my stepmom had been bedridden for the last month, so she's not moving anywhere. But I swear on my life, and my little brother agrees with me, for a split second, I saw her standing in the doorway, wearing her big giant fur coat, just smiling at us, and just looking relieved. Brother went to sleep about 2 minutes later. I left to go into my dad and stepmom's room to check on her to see my dad awake and telling me she had died about half an hour ago. I genuinely believed she stopped by on her way to the other side to check in on her 2 kids and make sure we'd be okay without her before she left. Well, this whole ghost story, that is beautiful and at the same time scary. Next story. I was working in Lagos, Nigeria. Oh, my place. Was working in Lagos, Nigeria, sitting at a bar in one of the lagoons near Lekki when a body washed up naked, except for underwear. Holy. I called the waitress over a bit frantically and pointed at the body. She pulled her face and went back into the bar where I was expecting that she would call the police, but no. She returned with a long stick with a nail on the end, stabbed it into his, oh my God, stabbed it into him and pushed him out like they must have done it in the past as they made a tool for it. Oh God. Well, I know for one that Nigeria is not really a safe place. It's a beautiful place, but things like this happen very regularly. I mean, it happens in every country. Well, next story. When I was a teenager, I used to keep the remote to my stereo on the lip of my bed frame. One night around midnight, oh God, midnight again. Always midnight. Why is it always midnight? I woke up to my stereo play, hey Jesus. So my stereo plays static at me. Only it was getting louder. I could see the volume number moving higher and higher. So it's pitch black and this static is getting louder and louder. And the remote wasn't in its usual place for some reason. I had no choice but to jump out of bed to turn it off. I turned on the light and freaking found it under my bed, like deep under my bed at the middle point. Oh my God. That's super hard to reach. I did not like this. Is scary, God. Why did I choose to do this? Why did I choose to do scary stories? Oh God, oh God, oh God. Okay, give me strength. Next story. When I was 16, I skipped school to stay home and play video games. I set up my PlayStation and made some hot pockets. And right when I get good and comfortable, I hear footsteps walking to my room. I glance outside and see my parents aren't home yet, but was still afraid I was going to get caught. Seeing no place to hide, I froze. Suddenly, the door was flung open, and I had a blood-curdling scream echo through the house. I must have sat there petrified in that room for half an hour because going outside and waiting for my parents to come home. I tried to explain to my friends later what happened, but they thought I was just pulling some bullshit from the internet. Oh my God. I am definitely going to have nightmares. Why? Okay. Next story. Please don't be a ghost.
Please don't be a ghost. Please don't be a ghost. Was walking through the Rockies, whatever, and managed to tear the muscle on the side of my foot. So was holding the leg back, I presume. I was on my own like a dummy. In the space of holding back to my Jasper, I saw a white bear. Think they called it spirit bear? What? Just sitting watching me. Literally thought, fuck a sake, I'm gonna die here, mauled by a bear and no one knows where I am. But it just sat there and pawed the dirt in the direction to the town. I limped on, keeping an eye on it, and it just watched me. Then I swear to God, no more than 5 minutes later, a fucking wolf appears limping exactly on the same foot I'm limping on, eyes me up, and continues on its journey. I think I was too pathetic to bother with the moral of the story, but I was petrified either way. Okay, that was a nice cool down from the crazy things that I've been reading. Next one. I was in a missionary in South Africa. One of the creepiest things that happened to me was on New Year's Eve. During the night, I woke up feeling thirsty. I walked toward the refrigerator in the kitchen, and as I was drinking water, I turned around and the front door was wide open. Oh God! I could see the stars in the black sky and hear the faint sounds of crickets in the distance. Not thinking anything of it, I closed it and went back to bed. In the morning, my missionary companion woke up first and noticed the door was wide open. It was then that we realized we had been robbed throughout the night, and I still remember my heart dropping as I realized the perpetrators were most likely in the dark house while I was in the kitchen in the middle of the night. Still gives me goosebumps thinking about it. Oh, I'm just glad that you didn't see something pop up from, outside and bite you or something. Okay, this has got to be the last one. Please be the last one. I was maybe 4 or 5. We lived in a somewhat questionable neighborhood at the time. And looking out the window one night, I swear I saw a neighbor from an apartment nearby with her son. I believe she went inside to grab her jacket, and in the 3 minutes she was gone, a vehicle pulled up and snatched the kid and took off. His mom came back and was looking for him. I tried to tell the adults in my neighborhood, but no one believed me, not even the other kids. Still the scariest thing that I have ever seen to this day. Okay, last one. I don't know what it was because I don't remember it, because I was either a baby or a toddler, and my mom rarely mentions it. I was her first kid, and when I was born, my parents lived in a little old house in Scotland. Mom says that really quite often, both I and the dog would stop whatever we were doing at the same time, and both looked towards the stairs as if we were watching something either descend or ascend them. Oh God, I just got goosebumps. This is corroborated by my dad and a few other friends who saw it happening. It's basically their weird friend group inexplicable story. I just happen to be an unwitting part of it. Unfortunately, I have no memory of this at all, and the dog in question died 30 years ago, so they'll never get their answer. Oh God. If you're interested in more videos like this, like, share, subscribe for more. We upload more content. There are a lot more stories actually. Crazy things happen in the world. You just don't know about it. This one was a little bit too scary for me. I recorded this at night. That's how much I care for you people. I recorded a scare. This is what time is